The rugged west coast of Norway, home to thousands, is a challenge to travel along by car. It takes time, a long time. The harsh weather conditions make it an unpredictable route, with roads often closing and ferries often cancelling their departure due to snow, heavy winds and high waves. A continuous E39 highway that is accessible 24/7 with fixed links between Iceland and the mainland will make the western coast more accessible for the people who inhabited the coast, but also for tourists and for the transportations of goods. The Norwegian Parliament has a long-term goal to develop E39 as an improved and continuous coastal highway route. In fact, it may be the largest road revamp in the entire world with a budget of $47 billion. This new coastal highway is going to connect areas of Norway that used to take 21 hours to travel between the cities of Kristiansand in the south and Trondheim in the north by 2050. The Norwegian Public Roads Administration is the contractor for this project. The route runs through 6 countries and the cities of Stavanger, Bergen, Iceland and Molde. Currently, the total travel time is approximately 21 hours and road users have to use 7 different ferry connections. The aim is to create an improved E39 without ferries, reducing the travel time by half with the route almost 50 km shorter. The reduction in travel time will be obtained by replacing ferries with bridges and tunnels, in addition to upgrading a number of roads sections on land. 60% of Norway's export goods are produced on the west coast, so an efficient and predictable transport system will be a great benefit for the national economy. By connecting cities along the west coast, we will also create new patterns of habitations. The new road will shorten the path to reach hospitals, jobs and schools. The E39 continues to Denmark and hence connects Norway with southern Europe. Preliminary estimates show that required investments and improvements will cost approximately $340 billion. But with the new multi-billion-dollar road project, Norway hopes to cut travel times and the cost of gas to get there in half with 7 different ferry crossings along the way. Getting around Norway is anything but a piece of cake, especially when you realize that each crossing can take about 45 minutes and cost us about $16. Tourists may enjoy the scenic route, but those traveling for businesses or even medical purposes. The world's first submerged floating tube bridge to replace today's 7 ferries are planning to build alternative constructions, either bridges or tunnels. We are considering a new type of structure, a submerged floating tube bridge (SFTB) for some of the deepest and longest fords exposed to harsh weather conditions, where suspension bridges or floating bridges will be difficult to build. When a fjord is deeper than 100 meters or wider than 2 to 3 kilometers, existing engineering solutions are not applicable. The seabed would be too deep for a traditional rock tunnel because it will imply the use of huge amount of land on the shores. Floating bridges and other type of bridges, even if they are suitable for deep crossings, are susceptible to harsh weather conditions such as strong waves and currents. This is why SFTB has become an attractive solution for some of the longest and deepest fjords. Its submergence can naturally reduce the main sea load. The tube would be placed underwater deep enough to avoid water traffic and reduce the main sea load, but not so deep that high water pressure needs to be dealt with. Usually 20 to 50 meters is sufficient. Tethers anchored to the seabed or pontoons floating at the surface would provide the vertical stability. They are performing tests to see what the driver experience will be, and of course safety is the first priority whenever they plan any type of transport construction. They are planning to scale tests for fires and explosions, considering the possibility of having a truck carrying dangerous goods exploding inside the tunnel. Another risk is of course ship collision or submarine collision, as the fjord are training field for the Norwegian Navy. The submerged floating tube bridge is certainly an engineering marvel, but the idea is not new. The first known proposal was in 1886 by UK naval architect Sir James Edward Reed. In Norway, the idea was studied since 1923, and since the studies have been performed by Norwegian Public Road Administration for the E39, we know that other countries are considering building the same type of structure. We are in dialogue with several of them, so it is more of a collaboration than a competition. But it will be exciting to see who the first country will be to build this structure. Norway is also home to many deep fjords, which makes things like bridges necessary, but they can have a huge impact on the environment and be unsafe in those hard weather conditions. To decrease environmental impact and maintain Norway's natural beauty, the best and the most efficient highway is the one that is almost completely hidden. With this mind, the innovative new design, Norway is going with the known as submerged floating tube bridge or SFTB, and some of them are among the longest and deepest. While the ambitious project might be the first structure of its kind, but definitely won't be the last. Engineers in Italy and China are already pursuing similar concepts. Now the only question is, who will finish the first? Would you drive in one of these floating tunnels, or would you rather take the scenic route? Let us know in the comments section down below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.